Until the 3rd century BC, Odisha, then known as Kalinga, flourished in peace and prosperity, ruled mostly by local rulers. It came into limelight in 261 BC when the Mauryan emperor Ashoka invaded Kalinga and emerged victorious in the famous Kalinga War, the last battle of which was fought at the foothills of Dhauli on the banks of the river Daya near Bhubaneswar, the capital of Odisha. The massacre and devastations of the war made Ashoka remorseful. His victory echoed defeat. Repulsed by the bloody carnage of his military campaign, he sought guidance from Upagupta, the Buddhist monk, who showed him the path of peace and non-violence. Ashoka embraced Buddhism as he metamorphosed from Chandashoka to Dharmashoka, renouncing war for good. Buddhism received royal patronage and spread all over Odisha and also from here to other parts of the world like Thailand, Cambodia, Java, Sumatra, Japan, Korea, Laos, Myanmar and Sri Lanka. To spread the message of peace, non-violence and ideals and philosophy of Buddhism, Ashoka engraved several minor and major rock edicts in different places in Asia and India. Two such major rock edicts exist in Odisha at Jaugarh and Dhauli. These edicts, known as the Ashokan Edict of Kalinga, is in Brahmi script and Pali language and pronounces his reverence to all sects and tolerance to all practices. Ashoka instructed his viceroys to rule over the land for the welfare and happiness of the people. In this Kalinga rock edict, Ashoka made the famous declaration, "As all men are my children, and as I desire peace and happiness of my children, both in this world and the world beyond, so I desire for all men." Above the inscription is a forepart of an elephant hewn out of the rock, which is a sacred symbol of Buddhism. Historians opine that this rock-cut elephant image is the earliest sculpture of Odisha. Buddhism in Odisha is as old as the religion itself, and the land resonated with sonorous Buddhist chants. The echoes are still felt in the splendid Buddhist monuments of Odisha. Magnificent stupas, Chaityas, viharas, various images of Buddha, Buddhist gods and goddesses from the Buddhist Pantheon built over the period stand witness to the hoary past till today. The spectacular engineering and artistic excellence of ancient Buddhist monuments speak a silent language through stones and bricks and also attracts visitors, researchers, devotees and monks from all over the world. Geographically, the Buddhist sites of Lalitgiri, Udaygiri and Ratnagiri, which are situated closely within a few kilometers of each other in a triangle, can be treated as the Buddhist diamond triangle of Odisha tourism. In beautiful natural surroundings of Ashia range of hills, Lalitgiri, which is 90 kilometers from Bhubaneswar, is one of the point of this Buddhist diamond triangle, singing the glory of the heritage. The archaeological excavation of this complex at Lalitgiri gives the information about the monastic institutions, which was the greatest center of Yogacharya school, then known as Sri Chandraditya Vihara Arya Bhikshu Sangha. The archaeological excavation conducted here in 1977 and from 1985 to 1992 unearthed a series of brick-built viharas for the dwelling of the Buddhist monks, stupas for prayers and worship, and a series of votive stupas along with rare specimens of Buddhist sculptural art as seen in the images of Buddha, Bodhisattvas and other Buddhist divinities. At the highest point of the hill is the main stupa of the site that yielded a golden casket in 1985 containing sacred bone relics, probably of Tathagat, which enhances the sacredness of the stupa and that of the land. The sculpture shed at Lalitgiri displays a large number of Buddhist sculptures consisting of life-size figures of Buddha and other Buddhist gods and goddesses, which were unearthed during the time of excavation. These images of Buddhist gods and goddesses at Lalitgiri bear testimony to the superb artistry of Odisha plastic art. Singing the glory of the heritage spanning from 3rd century BC to 15th century AD, Lalitgiri is one of the oldest Buddhist centers of Odisha. Situated in the easternmost peak of the Asya range of hills, Udaygiri is the second point of Buddhist Diamond Triangle. It lies at a distance of 90 kilometers from Bhubaneswar. Archaeological excavations conducted in two phases from 1986 to 1989 and from 1997 to 2003 have unearthed the remains of two impressive Buddhist establishments, namely Madhavpur Mahavihara and Simaprastha Mahavihara. Madhavpur Mahavihara brought to limelight the remains of a huge monastic complex comprising a Mahastupa and a square monastery. The unique doorframe of the sanctum in the monastery constitutes a wonder in the annals of Buddhist religio-cultural aesthetic world. The local master sculptors, engraving magnificent scrollworks, creepers and floral designs, exquisitely carved this door jump. Made of bricks, the Mahastupa has a Pradakshina Patha or circumambulatory path. The stupa has niches in each cardinal direction which enshrines the seated images of Dhyani Buddha. Akshobha in east, Amitabha in west, Amoghasiddhi in north and Ratnasambhava in south. They are all inscribed with Buddhist creeds. The excavations of Simaprastha Mahavihara have brought to limelight the remains of a brick-built double-storied monastic complex with Pradakshina Patha around the sanctum. A rock-cut well of 10th century AD, now also in use by the people, stands on the hill terrace and catered to the dwelling monks and the establishment. Full of rich Buddhist antiquities, Ratnagiri, which is 100 kilometers from Bhubaneswar, is another point of the Buddhist Diamond Triangle of Odisha that was excavated between 1958 and 1961. Ratnagiri, known as Sri Ratnagiri Mahavihara Arya Bhikshu Sangha, was established during the first half of the 6th century AD by the Gupta king Narasimha Baladitya and was an important center of Mahayana form of Buddhism. Between the 8th and the 9th century AD, this place became a great center of Tantric Buddhism or Vajrayana art and philosophy. And evidences prove that the institution at Ratnagiri played a significant role in the emergence of Kalachakra Tantra during the 10th century AD. Climbing up the hill from the eastern side, one comes across a stone-protected brick-made monastery of Ratnagiri, which is the largest in Odisha. The monastery has a front porch with an eye-catching entrance. The superb door jamb of the entrance is made of chlorite stone and has an excellent craftsmanship which has a visitor spellbound. The sanctum of the monastery in the rear niche contains an image of Buddha in Bhumi Sparsha Mudra. The most remarkable feature is the colossal head of Buddha, which is a wonder of Indian art and bears resemblance with Buddha heads found in Barbador in Java and Ceylon. Possibly these images were carried by the merchants or traders of Odisha as maritime trade flourished during that time. The width of the brick wall and some collapsed cells of the first floor of the roof of the ground floor, the height and the staircase indicate that the monastery was multi-storied. Excavations have revealed the existence of a large stupa right in front of the monastery, 17 feet in height from the base to the top. A large number of votive stupas gifted by the devout pilgrims in fulfillment of their wishes lie scattered around the main stupa along with some half-constructed votive stupas. All these stupas contain niches with miniature images of Buddhist deities. A visit to Ratnagiri will not be complete without visiting the museum, which exhibits an impressive collection of antiquities of the site unearthed during the excavations. In close proximity of the Buddhist triangle lies Langudi. Recent excavations here have unearthed a rich treasure of Buddhist architectural and sculptural remains. They include rock-cut votive stupas, images of Buddha and Panchadhyani Buddha. Brick walls found here justify the presence of a Buddhist monastery. Besides these, more than 120 Buddhist sites scattered throughout the state have been discovered, all of which speak eloquently about the glorious past of Buddhism in Odisha. Even in the 20th century, this majestic peace pagoda or the Vishwa Shanti Stupa was built at Dhauli. Dhauli continues to be a living shrine of Buddhism in modern Odisha as well.